smallest change that you can make that has the biggest impact on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I know Will's an Albert.
Yeah, I guess one of the biggest impacts that I said talking to Green particularly around Thursday night is most people don't think about it, but when you look holistically, it's the money that's sat in your current account, because the money that's sat in your current account is where Barclays gets the money for loans, we're sat in a bank account, so bank branch, so you can careful what I say. But that money that's sat in your current account is being used to finance new fossil fuel projects. The fossil fuel projects obviously release a huge amount of emissions, and this is a direct correlation between money held in the wrong type of bank and the wrong type of current account, and those carbon emissions. And it's that finance emissions that isn't incorporated into the scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 calculations at the moment. But on average, it accounts for more than double the amount of emissions that a business has just in its entire operations. It's just such an easy, simple thing that you can do, which is kind of swap your current account, look at where your money's being held, look where your pension schemes are, and look at like the day-to-day finances.
And what can you look at, apart from just switching to, obviously, to yours? How can you check who you're currently with and what they're doing?
So we actually do have a calculation on our website that checks, because some are worse than others, right? So JP Morgan's particularly bad, Barclays is particularly bad, but you kind of bucket them into two. So there's like the high street providers, so your Barclays, HSBC, and then typically the worst, they invest a lot more in fossil fuels. There's then the not great but not bad, which are your Starlings, your Monzos, and Revoluts and companies like that. And then there's like the greener ones, which are a company called Triodos, is an example, but you can't open the current account and put in that bucket. But it's making sure that there's loads of businesses now that are working to, like Mother Tree, people might have heard that one. My Mother Tree is a company that Dan runs it. It helps educate on like what's the impact of your pension pot, what's the impact of your current account, what's the impact of your credit, what's the impact of loans that you might have from certain providers. And it's such a thing that no one really talks about, but it has such a huge impact. And so we're beginning to get a bit of traction behind people talking about it, but it's a really simple thing to do that's a bit more of the biggest bang for the buck. So,
I think Triodos now do current accounts.
So you do personal ones. I can't. It's the business ones. Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at that.
No, it's exactly right. So there are businesses cropping up in the space and growing quite quickly. But yeah, what I would say is one of the biggest things. The other one would be just the smallest thing that you can do to the biggest change is just pester people to do something like, have we got a policy for this, or have we thought about doing this? Because when we sat down and literally got everyone together and brainstormed 50 things that we could do to be more sustainable as a business, and we said, right, what 5 are we going to focus on this year? So we picked the top 5 and we said, right, those are it. So we've got a website, we've got sustainability report, which is like, right, and then educating people and getting people involved.
It's kind of a related question, but what's your view on cryptocurrency? So if you've got all your cash, let's say, in Barclays, which is particularly carbon intensive, potentially, depending on where they reinvest your money, versus cryptocurrency and putting everything in Bitcoin.
Yeah, someone might be able to know that element. I think it's that cryptocurrency, if you calculate the emissions from it, has the same electricity usage as, I think it's the 5th largest country in the world.
Yeah.
Just from and it mostly comes from for those cryptocurrencies, it's from the mining and the creation of those currencies. So once they are made, it is actually quite an efficient transfer of funds in terms of how in energy usage. It's the creation of it that takes a lot. So I personally think it's quite efficient, and there's greener ways of storing funds.
I think it depends on the cryptocurrency as well. Because they all use different carbon times. There's one I've been in for 10, 12 years now. They rebranded, but basically the whole network can run off essentially 1 wind turbine per year. And like it's so efficient, there's no mining involved or anything like that. Everything was kind of just.
What's it called?
It's called Nano.
It's the same with Chia, because Chia is a proof of size. And I know the guy who runs Chia, he's on board with me, and they only use refurbished hard drives. So anything that the hyperscalers are throwing away at Google or whatever it is, they take them and they run the proof of scale on that one. So the embodied carbon on their actual run of the creation point is pretty much zero. It's all disposable stuff, so they're agreeing with Google. Is anything Google would shred, Chia gets. But also, in regards to amount, it's 0.2% of the world's electricity is crypto. 0.2%. Data center accounts for 2%. So all the data center, which is all our digital services, crypto is almost 10% of that, which is massive.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's more than you think, but it's